What is up, everyone? I'm Jack Slater, aka the Comic Outlaw. Yeah, what's going on out there? Yeah, in the Outlaw Nation. So, you know who I am, you know my name of the game, you know my claim to fame, and we're gonna do another movie review. And what's all this happening and why I'm doing all this rapping? Well, you know, I just love to get a little intense from here to there. You know, I'm the Comic Outlaw, Jack Slater, man. Yeah, spread the word. Spread the word, man. Ah. But anyways, now I found this little gem, and I'm gonna be reviewing every movie separately, so I don't really give a damn if you know. But we're gonna be reviewing Hitch right now. See that? Hitch. This movie came out in 2005. Has Kevin James, Will Smith. All right, Will Smith basically plays Hitch. Hitch's job is to, how do I put this nicely? He gets the attention of women for men that they don't usually see as compatible partners, but they end up, he ends up falling. It's so hard to put this. He kind of hooks them up. He gives them game. He teaches them how to talk, how to walk. He gets them that process, that 3 dates. And they have to have love for the woman, like true love. He doesn't help jerks, assholes, dickheads that just want to plow through women. He helps the men that are socially awkward. He helps the men that really honestly love this person, because so many times when like you try to talk to a woman, and like, come on, this is real talk here. Like, let's take reputation out of this. If you came up to a random woman and you tried talking to her, 9 times out of 10, you know, if you just flat out said you liked her, that is a recipe to get your ass kicked out of the game and frozen in the friend zone, or even worse, the no zone, if you know what I'm saying. So, yes, he kind of teaches these guys who have no game or don't know how to talk to women, he gives them that step. But they have to have heart. They have to have true love for this person. And he doesn't do no game, you know, like no games, you know, he doesn't tell no lies. He doesn't, you know, he gets them to the point, you know, he creates an opportunity through, you know, like in the movie, like this woman's dog wanders off and he gives the dog to the guy, you know, but he sets up opportunities for the women to get to know them, to get to love them. And they find true love or a match, something they never knew they were looking for. Because let's be honest, you know, women out there, you know, I see all these commercials for, you know, women, you know, these, it's cool, you know, like these big women, you know, big is beautiful, but there's really no love for a bigger man right now. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the movies, even nowadays, the stereotypes of men got to be all like Chris Hemsworth and stuff like that. There's no love for the bigger man or like any kind of other man, because we still have to fit that stereotype. Even in the movies, anything like that. Even in these comedies, it still has to be a fat guy in a comedy situation, you know what I mean? Or a mafioso or someone with like a certain amount of power, you know? So it kind of sucks in that circumstance. There's that double standard, you know, and he allows them to get to know that person. Well, he ends up meeting this guy, Kevin James's character, Albert Brenneman. And Brenneman is one of these guys, of course, you know, that's in love with this girl named Allegra Cole. And she's this beautiful blonde woman played by Amber Vanita. I'm bad at last names, you know, I suck at them. So I'm gonna lay that out right now. But you know, he hires Hitch, and Hitch kind of business is by word of mouth. So that's why he tries to keep the clientele, because these shy guys spread the word to these other guys, you know, and that's how he keeps his business going. Anyways, this reporter, you know, who reports on gossip, this and that, and a wonderful character played by Eva Menendez. Her name's Sarah. She begins trying to track down who this person is and why he's doing this. Because Hitch does get Albert that opportunity with Allegra. And I'm going to tell you this now. I'm going to drop spoilers. So, if you haven't seen a movie that came out in 2005, plug your ears right now. Go watch the movie and come back. Okay, enough with that shit. So, he does create the opportunity. Allegra ends up kind of hooking up with him, and she doesn't fall for the Hitch tricks. She falls for who Albert is. Albert's a goofball. She's a goofball. She gets to know the real person. Meanwhile, Hitch is kind of being investigated by this reporter, and she ends up falling for him. He ends up going on dates with her, and things just keep getting worse and worse. And she finds that sort of charming, that even after all this disaster, he keeps trying. It's a very fascinating story, very interesting. It has a lot of heart in it. I'm really trying not to give details in this movie because I really think that if you haven't seen this movie, and I'm doing this in broad strokes, I'm really trying to do this in broad strokes. So if you haven't seen this movie, you could watch this movie. Even if you're just a guy watching this movie, you can enjoy this. If you're with your girl, you could watch this movie. There's something in it for everyone. It's not like some of the other movies I review where it has a lot of gross humor and this and that. It has a lot of Will Smith and Kevin James. They play off of each other really, really well. There's a lot of different relationships in this. You get to find out who Hitch is, why Hitch is the way he is. And yes, it has something to do with his past, and it has something to do with him getting his heart broken, and him being the person he is now is a reflection of what happened in the past. Whew! That was a lot to say, wasn't it? But yes. And Albert is just that classic shy guy, and the interactions between him and Hitch are just freaking awesome. They play off of each other really well. Eva Mendes does a great job in this. The actress that plays Allegra Kroll, she does a good job in kind of grounding Kevin James's humor, So they, like every actor actually plays off each other really well. And like I said, this is a movie that you could watch with your girl, your significant other, your guy, whatever. Your alien, your mentok, your lepokakia. If you guys don't know what that is, it's a species way out in the other dimension. Like I said, I've been places. So, yeah, this Hitch is cool. It has a lot of heart in it. And a lot of these movies that, tell these love stories and stuff like that, they don't have the heart. And it's nice that it kind of visits that situation where he actually says, I'm here to help women get themselves out of the way, because sometimes they don't see that person. They see that person as a friend or someone to talk to, but they don't see him as a valid partner. And he wants so bad to be with that person, and he just flat out says something, and it's just too much honesty too fast. And he ends up chasing away, and they end up with this jerk and that jerk because they know what to say or do, or they have a certain standing. And they bounce from person to person, talking to the same guy, not knowing that that guy might be the guy that they should be with, because they want to keep that person as a friend. I tell you, gentlemen, sometimes the friend zone is the most uncomfortable zone to be in. And if you've been in that situation, you know what I'm saying. There's no ozone in that. It's hard to breathe. It's hard to listen. It's hard to talk. There's frustration in it. So that's what Hitch does. He alleviates that. Like I said, this is a good movie. I'll leave it up to you to watch the rest of it. Very cool. Will Smith, Kevin James. I highly recommend this movie. Like I said, you can watch it by yourself, have some good laughs. You can watch it with your lady. And there's a little something in it for everyone. It's very well balanced. And both sexes have their say. Both sides, both masculine and feminine. That could be whatever you will, whether it's you and your partner, male and male, female and female, male and female, alien and male, alien and different alien. We've all been in those situations. And you can feel from one perspective, from one character to the other. It's fairly balanced. I highly recommend this movie. And I'm not big on rom-coms. I'm not big on anything like that. But I do love that it's a great love story with a lot of humor wrapped around it. So yes, I recommend this movie. Like I said, it came out in 2005, so it's probably been a while since some of you have seen it. I recommend watching it. Have a good time, have a good laugh, and just experience the moment and maybe learn something if you know what I'm saying. And as always, I'm Jack Slater, the comic outlaw, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Yeah.